Simplest tips to solve the Rubik's Cube fast. Hey there, fellow cube adventurers! So, you found yourself face to face with the Rubik's Cube, huh? Don't sweat it, my friend. This colorful little brain teaser might seem like it's got you in a twist, but fear not. We're about to dive head first into the magical world of Rubik's Cube solving. Trust me, it takes nothing but a few algorithms and a whole lot of determination. Luckily, we have the tips to save the day. With these simple rules, you can solve the Rubik's Cube in no time flat. Wait till the end of the video to see how it's done. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and let's get started. Alright, let's start with the basics, shall we? Before we get into the juicy stuff, we gotta get down with some cube lingo. We're talking edges, corners, centers. Oh my! Think of it like learning a new language, except instead of ordering coffee in Paris, you're gonna be mastering the art of Rubik's cubing. Just keep in mind these Rubik's Cube vocabulary terms, okay? Edge. Edge is the part where the colors meet. There are 12 in total. Corner. These are located at the corners of each side of the cube, with 3 colors each, 8 corners total. Center. Center cubes are located in the center of each side and have only one visible color. There are 6 in total and they're not movable. Because they're fixed, the color of the center cube is what we're going to use to represent each side of the Rubik's Cube. Layer. Layers are the turntable part, with 9 blocks and 3 layers. Faces. Like all cubes, the Rubik's Cube has 6 sides, or faces. When executing the Rubik's Cube algorithms with the beginner's method, it's assumed that you're looking at the cube with the white face up, meaning the Rubik's Cube logo should be on top. Cube's algorithm. Okay, so let's talk briefly about the algorithm. An algorithm in Rubik's Cube lingo is basically a fancy way of saying a set of moves that you repeat over and over again until you achieve your desired outcome. It's like following a recipe to bake the perfect cake, except instead of flour and eggs, you've got twists and turns. Now let's check out cubing notation. Sounds fancy, right? Well, it's not as intimidating as it sounds, I promise. We're talking about letters like R, U, F, B, D, and L, which basically stand for right, up, front, back, down, and left. So think of it like giving your cube directions on where you want to move next. It's basically like playing a video game, but with a spinning cube. But hold on to your cube because things are about to get a little bit trickier. What happens when you throw an apostrophe into the mix? Well, that's where the magic happens. When you see something like R apostrophe, U apostrophe, RU, it's like the algorithm doing the cha-cha slide. An apostrophe means that you're twisting and turning counterclockwise by 90 degrees like nobody's business. No apostrophe means it goes 90 degrees clockwise. Now, if there's a number next to the letter, it simply means the number of turns that you should make. Alright, now on to the juicy stuff, the actual algorithms. Brace yourself because things are about to get wild. We're talking about moves like RU, R apostrophe, U apostrophe, which might sound like a secret code for unlocking a treasure chest, but trust me, it's just a fancy way of saying twist the right face, twist the top face, twist the right face back, and twist the top face back. Easy peasy, right? And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, there are algorithms for everything from solving the first layer to orienting the last layer and everything in between. Let's find out. Step number 1. Familiarize yourself with the cube. Hold the Rubik's Cube with the white centerpiece on the top and the yellow centerpiece on the bottom. Get to know the colors and their positions. Each centerpiece represents one color, and the surrounding pieces should match those colors. Step 2. Solve the first layer. Cross. Begin by solving the white cross. Look for the white edge pieces and position them correctly around the yellow center. Use basic moves like R, U, and F to align the white edge pieces with the white center, forming a cross on the top layer. Perform the following sequence of moves. F, or front, rotate the front face clockwise. U, up, rotate the top face clockwise. R, right, rotate the right face clockwise. U apostrophe, up inverted, rotate the top face counterclockwise. R apostrophe, right inverted, rotate the right face counterclockwise. Repeat this process for all 4 white edge pieces until they form a white cross on the top face. Step number 3. Solve the first layer of corners. Next, solve the corner pieces of the first layer. Locate the white corner pieces and position them above their corresponding center colors. Use the R, U, and F moves to place the corner pieces correctly. You may need to move the edges out of the way temporarily. Perform the following sequence of moves. R apostrophe, D apostrophe, R, D. Repeat this process for all 4 white centerpieces until they are correctly positioned around the white cross. Step number 4. Solve the second layer. When the first layer is complete, focus on solving the middle layer. Look for the edge pieces with the middle color and position them correctly between their corresponding center colors. Use the R, U, and F moves to move the edge pieces into place without disrupting the first layer. Perform the following sequence of moves: F, U, R, U apostrophe, R apostrophe, F apostrophe. Repeat this process for all 4 edge pieces until the second layer is complete. Step number 5. Orient the last layer of edges. Now, it's time to tackle the last layer. Start by orienting the edge pieces on the last layer. Look for the edge pieces with the same color as the center on the top face and position them correctly. Use the algorithm F, R, U, R apostrophe, U apostrophe, F apostrophe to orient the edges. This algorithm will flip the edges, aligning them with the correct colors. Repeat this process for all 4 edge pieces until the edges on the last layer are oriented correctly. Step number 6. Position the last layer of corners. Once the edges are oriented, focus on positioning the corner pieces on the last layer. Look for the corner pieces with the correct colors and position them above their corresponding center colors. Use the algorithm R, U, R apostrophe, U, R, U2, R apostrophe to position the corners correctly. This algorithm will move the corners into place without disrupting the already solved layers. Repeat this process for all 4 corner pieces until they're correctly positioned on the last layer. Step number 7. Orient the last layer of corners. Finally, orient the corner pieces on the last layer to complete the cube. Use the algorithm U, R, U apostrophe, L apostrophe, U, R apostrophe, U apostrophe, L to orient the corners correctly. Repeat the algorithm until all the corners are oriented correctly, and voila! You've solved the Rubik's Cube. Step number 8. Finishing touches. Rotate the top layer until all the colors are aligned, and the cube is solved. Celebrate your success because you've just solved the Rubik's Cube. Well, how did it go? We recommend pausing the video and trying it out yourself to see. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't get discouraged if it takes a few tries to solve the cube smoothly. Keep practicing and soon you'll be able to solve it in a record time. Here's something to keep in mind. While intuitive solving is great, memorizing a few key algorithms can significantly speed up your solving time. Focus on learning the algorithms for specific situations, such as orienting the last layer edges or aligning last layer corners. Undoubtedly, solving the Rubik's Cube can be challenging, especially when you encounter difficult cases. But you gotta stay patient and persistent, my friend. Don't let yourself get discouraged if you don't solve it on your first try. Good things happen in time. Keep trying, and you'll get better sooner than you know. But if you were able to solve it, let us know in the comments below, and tell us about any other methods that have worked for you. We're all about making your life easier. Until we meet again in the next exciting video, hit that like and subscribe button. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Happy cubing, folks!